And that's what we get to do talking about water, because it's hard to get like everyone together in the same room, but Davos gives people excuse because there's so much happening here. So we talked about water, and I think one of the things that I shared was, I made a documentary movie called Day Zero about water that is on like almost every TV station around the world and on some major online broadcasters. Check it out, Day Zero for water. But it's hard to get people to focus on water, and we spoke about that. Why is it so hard to talk about this topic? And I thought, well, because it seems like it's not very expensive and it's there until it's not. And then when it's not, everyone's very upset, but then maybe you get some rain and then you've got a little more, and it's kind of like the price of water tends not to rise in the way that energy prices do. When gas becomes super expensive or heating becomes super expensive, people get very upset, but they still have their heat or whatever, it's very expensive. Water just seems like it's kind of like this low price thing, and then all of a sudden you may be out of it, and people aren't really sure how to get angry about it because it's very binary. It just becomes very existential overnight. So I'm thinking, how do we get people to value water more? And understand what it is without having to do this kind of pricing thing, which will make people go crazy if it's always getting more expensive. So I thought, well, the problem with water is unseen. You got to see it, and you can see it through data. If you have things like a smart meter to actually, something you put on your pipes. Just imagine like a little electronic device maybe costs 25 euros, 30 euros, for the utility to put it in there. Put it in the pipes, and now you can see the flow of water into your house. And now, as a customer, as someone in your home, you know how much water you're using, for example. Now you're educated. Now you can kind of decide how much water you want to use. Do you want to save more or less? But you actually have something to measure it with, or else we just don't have any way to measure our impact. And so I think this could be very important. So we were talking about things like that. And the good news is there was like a lot of different ideas going on about water at this kind of very specific level. I think it was really, really helpful. So there's a UN conference on water next month, and hopefully coming out of here, people got a lot of ideas for push on the planet, because we need to protect our water, and water relates to agriculture, and we need to be more resilient. So there we go.